Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am here to review Heartstopper, which I did not realize I was going to do today. The funny thing is, I was doing a video for my Patreon Patreon page. Excuse me, I just burped, and I hope I edited that out. Please, I hope I edited that out. Anyways, I just did a video talking about media that I consumed and liked or didn't like, and wow, I missed a whole lot of things, so I have to do a secondary video. But the point is, I then talked about Heartstopper and how I had watched the entire series, and then being a person who likes to read the books that something is based on before they consume the TV show, and I did not do that, and I felt a little guilty about that, so then I went ahead and ordered all of the books, but they hadn't arrived, so it turns out all of the Heartstopper books were originally webcomics released for free. So as I'm waiting for the books to arrive, and the problem with that is that you cannot find, we're weird in this household. We prefer hardback versions if they're available to the paperback versions. And there are hardback versions of the Heartstopper books, it's just they're very difficult to acquire. There are so few of them. So you cannot acquire Volume 1 right now in hardback, or Volume 2 for that matter, in hardback. They're on back order. I think maybe even Volume 3? I don't remember. And I would be happy with a used version, but you can't find those either. But I would rather buy a new version so that the author's getting their full whatever. Anyways, so I just had to order them on back order and hope that they arrive at some point. But until then, I will read the first two volumes. That's what season 1, strangely, is not based on volume 1. It's based on volumes 1 and 2. Just in case you didn't know that and you wanted to buy the books and you're reading the book and you're like, wait, what? No, it went on for more than that. I know, I saw it with my eyes. So be prepared for that. And so, wow, if they do a season 2, is that going to just be based on book 3? Or is that also going to be based on 3 and 4? I don't know. We'll see. I hope there's a season 2, at least there will be. It's so popular, and for good reason, because it's great. It is everything that I hope I capture in my own YA LGBTQ writing, but I don't think I do. And so that's a little disconcerting, but it's so much more optimistic and positive and happy than most LGBTQ things. Like, up until, I would want to say, like 2010, most LGBTQ books end in death or suicide or, and I get it. As a culture, that's kind of where the whole gay thing was at. You look at something like Brokeback Mountain or whatever. It's depressing. They don't get to live their lives in a happy way. And I reference this in one of my YA books where I have this female character really excited to show her 2 gay friends, one of which used to be her ex-boyfriend, who are now her 2 gay friends who are a couple. She wants to show them Brokeback Mountain because she loves that movie. And the main character, or not the main character, I guess in that there's alternating perspective, is like, She's like, what, you didn't like it? And he's like, well, I understand why it exists, but I'm just really glad that we're past that point. And now we've got things like Love Victor and Love Simon, and now I should probably say Heartstopper, because yowzer, that was a downer. But that's how we have evolved as a society. So let me stop talking in generics and talk about what I love about Heartstopper. So in case you didn't know, it's basically boy meets boy. And it's really out gay boy who was bullied last year, but we never really know too much about what that all is about because it takes place a year later. He's already been out for a year, and now he has met this kid who's a year older than him, who is like the rugby star, and kind of, it'd basically be, if this was an American book, the boy would definitely be the football quarterback or whatever, right? And everybody assumes that other guy is straight. And that guy assumes he is straight. But then there's like best friend stuff that starts happening. And then it gets a little touchy-feely. And I don't want to ruin things for you, so we'll just stop there. But things may evolve or whatever. So, and that's actually a lot like one of my YA books. So that's a little disconcerting, including 2 completely separate from all of that plot elements. It's just like, ruh-roh. Oh well, too late now. I mean, I can change it, I guess, but why should I have to? Anyways, so But what's really nice about it is that it's very optimistic and it's not a downer. And you keep thinking, because of the way Hollywood structures stories, you keep thinking like, I bet I know what's about to happen. And every single time you're effing wrong. Every single time the plot surprises you, and what should be like this angsty, dramatic, depressing turn isn't. It heads the exact opposite direction. And it's like, you keep thinking like, oh, well, he's going to go do the wrong thing. And maybe he starts to do the wrong thing, but he immediately catches himself and comes back and says, I'm sorry. I was about to do the wrong thing, but I didn't. So please forgive me. And it's like, oh, my heart. It's just so nice. It's just so good. I don't want to give anything away, so it's really hard. So I'm not going to ruin any plot points. I'm just going to say what I love about it is how optimistic and fun and happy it is. And that, again, you keep thinking that it's going to go the generic Hollywood route and take some angsty twists and turns, and it never does. It always surprises you and takes the exact opposite turn into happiness. And you're like, how could a story just always be happy? It works. Not to say that everything's perfect. There's still a little bit of homophobia going on, but of course there is, because that's real. The only thing about it is it's slightly a fantasy in that these characters always are great communicators, and they always know how to get back on the same page with each other, and that's not exactly true to life. I mean, it took my partner and I, 6 years or something like that to become as good of a communicators as these two characters are. So the fact that they're like 16 or whatever and they're already that great at communicating is a little sus. But anyways, I love it. I love the webcomic. I read what amounts to the first 2 volumes of the webcomic. I basically stopped as soon as it started getting into new material that would probably be for season 2. And I was like, I will wait until the physical copy, hardback copy, actually arrives, and I want to read that with my fingertips on the pages instead of scrolling through with my phone, even though it was originally written to be scrolled through with your phone, so I don't know why I'm being so weird about it. But anyways, I highly recommend it. It's great, and I'm sure after I end this video, I will think of 30 more things that I wish I had said, but I cannot. So yeah. Anyways, also, the author is just so freaking adorable. Her name is Alice Oseman, I think, and I've watched interviews with her, and it's just like, I just want to hug her. She's so adorable and sweet and nice and, adorably bashful, and she reminds me a lot of Becky Albertalli, by the way, who is the writer of Love, Simon, or really the book is called Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda. I've met her in person, and she was kind of similar in that she was just so down to earth and adorable, and I just was like, I wish I could just hug you and turn you into my new best friend. And I feel the same way about Alice Oseman. So I don't know, my dream now is like, what if I make it big as a writer, and Alice Oseman, I could somehow convince her to do a graphic novel adaptation of one of my books, and then what if we did a sequel that was like a crossover between Heartstopper and... I'm just being crazy and fanboying out over here. But anyways, I highly recommend it. It's great. And the music is really good too. And also the stuff, she wrote all of the scripts for the show. So that's amazing. Like, how the hell did she score that deal? I don't know. I wish, my dream is to score that deal with one particular one of my manuscripts. If it was turned into like a Netflix or Hulu thing, I wish I could be the one to adapt it. But anyways, so that's amazing. And because she adapted it herself, it's basically word for word authentic, except she did invent a couple new characters to round it out a little better and corrected a couple of the teeny tiny things that I was like, I don't know about that. But she corrected it in the scripts for the show, so that's perfect. And then also her art style of these leaves. There's like this theme of leaves and stuff, and they do all these amazing things with her art style to indicate like how the characters are feeling about each other, like little sparks or hearts or whatever. So anyways, super cute, and I love it, and it's so authentic to her vision, and you should watch it. It's great. And that's all I've got to say. And I'm going to think of 30 things after I end this video that I wish I'd said, but it's good enough for now. So I'm ending it here. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.